stop using your CAC. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and today I want to give you a simple public service announcement to update your contact information on any government website before you go on terminal leave. There are a lot of government websites that give you a choice between using your CAC card and DS Login or login.gov or ID.me or any number of authentication methods. And I get it. While you're on active duty, the CAC is the easy button, but you have to start weaning yourself off the CAC. There is no more dramatic example than this call I got from a sailor who left the Navy in March of 2023. He didn't retire, he just ended his first term. And guess what happened in February of 2024? He needed his W-2 to do his taxes, and he couldn't get access to MyPay. And I know what you're thinking. I mean, why didn't he just click on that little button that says, forgot your login ID? That's not how these things work. You see, when you click that option, DFAS sends the new information to the email that they have on file for you. If the email that DFAS has is your old .mil account, or I don't know, some old account you forgot you had, well, then, as my grandmother would say, you are SOL. Now, you guys know I have made a bajillion mistakes with my retirement transition, but somehow I managed to dodge a bullet on this one. But it was an absolute fluke, because you know what email address they had for me? It was that old us.army.mil AKO one. You know, the one they started phasing out back in 2011? Well, the good news is that updating your DFAS information that's pretty easy, and it comes with a surprise bonus. First thing you got to do is log in. And just as a reminder, when you retire, you get a second DFAS account called a Retiree Account Statement. And if you want to know more, I'll put a link to that video in the description. But for now, all you got to do is click on Personal Settings. From here, you can make a bunch of adjustments, and we'll go through each one individually, but I'll be quick about it, I promise. One of the neat features here is that you can actually change your login ID. So if you don't like being thomas.smith.381, you can change it to whatever you want it to be. Obviously, you can change your password, and I'm just going to say, with as much love in my heart as I can muster, these password rules are probably the most intense I've ever seen. Especially that thing about 4 characters have to change. You can't just throw an extra pound sign at the end of your old password. You know who I'm talking to, right? The upside, and this is what puts love in my heart, are these red bars. They pop green when you satisfy the associated rule, so you don't have to play that game of entering a password only to be told it's invalid. Oh, and this password expires every 150 days, so get used to updating it. Next, you can update your email address. This is probably the most important one to fix, and you want to set your personal email as your primary. And then, just in the middle of this whole dang show is a little Easter egg. You can create a limited access account ID and password that lets somebody, your spouse or your kids, view your pay statements and tax information without letting them change anything in your account. This might be handy for deployments or elderly retirees, and you can delete that limited access account at any time. So it seems like this is pretty well thought out. Then you can set up your mobile phone. You can have alert settings, kind of like these. Now, the security questions, that's a little too 20th century for me. I mean, what is the first name of your barber? If you could be any piece of furniture, what would you be? I don't know, and I don't think I could remember in a moment of crisis. Luckily, they offer 2-factor authentication, and if you want, there's also an authenticator app. Bottom line, prepare for the day when you have to know and use your DFAS user ID and password. Don't rely on your CAC. You want to see a bullet I did not dodge in my military retirement? Watch this video about vision and dental insurance.